Officially, I want to say a very big welcome to you guys for joining us on this online web design training hosted by Digigla Foundation. Of course, like I said earlier, I will be taking you through the process of designing a website from scratch to finish. But of course, before you can become a professional web designer, you will need to know the terminologies that are being used in web design. Okay, so I have made this course or training a video so that in case you do not understand anything at all, you just go back and watch it. Once you go back, you watch it, you will understand everything I will explain in this video, because I do not want a situation where someone will come and ask me questions or ask me things I've already explained in the video in the course of this training. So that is why I have made it a video, so you can actually go back and take your time and watch it. So for us to know what a website is, the first thing is, what is a website? You can simply put that a website is a collection of several web pages identified by a common domain and published on a web server, that is the hosting. Don't worry guys, don't worry about all of the grammars I've spoken. That is actually big, but I will still explain this further. You can also put that a website is a file on the internet that is being identified by a particular web domain, like, or an address. Okay, so I'll be explaining what this domain name is. Domain name is like the address to your house. Just like you're living on earth, you have an address. That is how a domain name is. That is what the domain name is. So the server is where these files are being stored. As you can see here too, all publicly accessible websites collectively constitute the World Wide Web. So I have three things I have highlighted here: the domain name, web server, that's the hosting, and the World Wide Web. For a website to be live, you need these three things. Number one is the domain name. As you can see here, this is how the domain name looks like. HTTP, www, this is the www, that is the internet space, the internet where your web domain is being fetched out from, or someone wants to call it, they can actually go to the internet and put this and put your domain name, and your server will display whatever content it has. So it's like, let me say, it's like a shelf. It is like a shelf. Okay, a domain, or should I say a website, is like a shelf stored in a web hosting site. So this shelf is like that web hosting package you have, and the individual books here contribute to what we call the websites. Okay, so if you pick up any book here, like this girl, you can see this hand here picking up one book here, that is a particular web file he or she is speaking. Okay, so basically that is how a website is. That shelf function like the hosting package, okay, where your web files are being stored. So moving further, we will try to liken the website to the earth. Alright, first of all, what is earth? Okay, the earth is where all of us are living right now. Of course, we are living in the earth, so it is where life is being possible. Out of the earth, I'm not sure there is any other place humans are living. So on this earth, for you to actually, or for someone to actually meet you on earth, you need to give the person your address. That is the first thing. The person needs to know your address. As maybe someone is coming from Jupiter or to visit you on earth, that person cannot visit you without your house address. So on the earth, what we need to access, or what I need to actually come to your house, is your address. So that is the same thing that is with the URL, that is Uniform Resource Locator. What is the Uniform Resource Locator? It is this www. It is the one that calls up your web files, because it is the internet space. So it acts as the Uniform Resource Locator. It is that edge, should I say another edge, where your files are being stored. As you can see, this is the human edge, and this is another form of edge. This is an imaginary edge where we cannot access. The only things that are being stored here are informations like your web files, your web packages, and the rest of them. So for us to access information on the website, we need the Uniform Resource Locator, just like we need your address on Earth to visit you. Okay, for me to visit you, I need your address on Earth to be able to visit you. So on the World Wide Web, you need a Uniform Resource Locator, and that Uniform Resource Locator is the www. That is the World Wide Web, and it is also known as the internet. So what kind of information do I need to actually get to you on Earth? Of course, I need your house number, your street name, the state in which you're staying, and the country. Assuming I'm coming from another country, or should I say assuming I'm in the United States and I want to visit you in Nigeria, for instance, I will need your states, the state you're staying in Nigeria, the street name, and the house number. This actually constitutes the address that someone needs to access you. So that is the same thing that happens when you need information from the internet. You need a protocol. Don't worry about the protocol, I will explain that shortly in the coming part of this video. And you need a domain name. Of course, this domain name sounds familiar. I already explained it. Your domain name is that unique name on the internet where someone can actually use to locate a particular file that you have saved, you have put up on the web server. Okay. Also, what you need to know is this: just like the Earth, no two houses can have two addresses. No two houses can actually have the same number. Probably if there is any house that should have the same number, they will still go on to demarcate or differentiate those houses with number 1A, number 2, number 1B. So no two houses on Earth have the same address. That is the same thing that happens on the internet, on the World Wide Web. No two websites can share the same domain at all. On this planet, on this web internet, no two address can share the same name. Okay, they cannot share the same domain name. So this is the Uniform Resource Locator, like I explained. As you can see, where you call up the files on this particular website. Like you see, I just googled, I searched google.com, so I am calling on google.com. Okay, this is how to get the information. So once you put the domain name.com, already you have the www that is already there. You might not see it here. So once you do this, it will call up the information from the server, and the server will present it to you on the internet. So that is just for websites and web design in line. Well, when comparing your Earth to the internet, of course there are two different things, but they work similarly. One is abstract and the other is real. So like I also said, what is a web domain? A web domain is basically the name of your website. Okay, think of a domain name as an address where internet users can access your website. I already explained that. Like you can see here, this is 237 Garden Street. So if I want to locate you, I need your address and the number to your house, and that is just it. So no two websites can share the same domain name. The next on what I'm going to show you is, I'm going to tell you is your web hosting. What is web hosting? When a hosting provider allocates space on a web server for a website to store its files, they are hosting a website. Web hosting makes the files that comprise a website available for viewing. Example, the code, the images, and the rest of them. Let me break that down. Web hosting is like a house. Of course, on Earth, if you actually want to build a house, you first of all get a plot of land. Okay? You register that plot of land with the government and tell the government this 100 by 100 square meter square is for me, is in my name. Please kindly register this in my name. Okay, so any information that is being put up there will show on that. Anything that you put up, the house there is being planted on that land, piece of land you built upon. So that is the same analogy with web hosting. Web hosting, they are like servers, okay, where your web files are being stored. Your web files are being stored in the web hosting. That web hosting is like a piece of land, okay, that the house is being built upon. So inside in that house, you have different shelves, different shelves where people or where files are being stored inside. Okay, so for your website, information being stored on your website is being transferred from, as you can see here, the web files is being transferred to the web server. Okay, the web server is the house that keeps your file, that keeps all the content, the images, everything about your website is being stored in that web server. So once a user, an end user, look up information on the internet and probably is looking for information related to your website is being called upon, and the web server will present it to the internet, and that is how the end user, which is the website user, can actually see your information. So without a hosting package, you cannot put your information on the World Wide Web, that is the internet. Your information cannot be displayed. So you need a storage space where you can keep your information and retrieve it anytime. Like you can see here in this picture, which I've explained here, the website is the house. Okay, the web hosting is the land. The domain name is the address. This simple analogy can help you understand everything you need to know about web design. So if you do not understand anything or up to this point, kindly go back, play the video again. You will understand exactly what I'm saying, or probably later in the course of this training you will understand as we show you how to do it. Remember, I said that we will be showing you how to make at least a minimum of $500 working as a freelancer. So I have not forgotten that. So I'll show you that in a short while. Let's move on. Now, the differences between a domain name and a hosting package or a web hosting server. Let's take it again. The domain name is your address. That's your house address that someone can visit you. Let's say if you come to, I'm staying in Cross River State, Nigeria, precisely in Calabar. So you want to visit me in Calabar right now. You need my address. Okay, that is the same thing as your domain name. Of course, like I said, your domain name cannot be shared with anyone. It is unique. On the internet, web domains are unique. No two persons. We have millions or billions of websites, but none of these websites have shared the same domain name. It marvels you, right? So just calm down and I'll show you everything you need to know. So, as you can see here, this is the domain name. This is the web files. These are the contents you see on that is being displayed. Assuming I come to your website, this is your website. I use this website, I Google this, I search this website. this information will now come up. These are the contents of your website, and this information is being called up from your web hosting or your web server. That server is the place where your files are being stored. As you can see, this is a typical web hosting server where individual data or files are being stored in a particular shelf. So if I need a particular information, I'll just tell the web server, please kindly give me information concerning this domain name, assuming digiglar.com. So once you say digiglar.com, you will find information related to digiglar.com that has been stored on this web server. So the next thing I want to discuss is the protocol. Remember, we skipped that when I told you I'll discuss it much later. What is the protocol? What is this protocol? Let's kindly make it in a layman understanding. The protocol is that medium by which these files are being transferred or transmitted. Okay? Your files, you've actually been to a website where immediately you search that website, you have an alert telling you, hey, do not put any information on this website as it is not safe. Okay? They will now tell you that if you want to go on with that, you can go on with it. But they will first of all alert you that this website you are searching up is not secure. Okay? Do you want to continue with that? So you have seen a couple of websites like that. So the protocol is like the medium or the medium in which your files are being transferred. Take for instance a bullion van carrying money. Okay, of course you will see that a bullion van that is carrying money is being accompanied with policemen, and the bullion van is a bulletproof bullion van. Okay, it's not any kind of bullion van. So you cannot compare transporting money in a bullion van and just transporting empty carton. Of course, if you are just transporting empty carton, no one, armed robbers will not attack you. But because if you are you transport money in just empty carton, armed robbers might attack you. Okay, but if you transport money in a bullion van and you have the securities being attached to it, there are less chances of armed robbers attacking that bullion van because you have the security attached to it. That is the same thing with the protocol. So the protocol is that HTTPS you normally see on website, or HTTP. That S there means secured. Okay, it's an SSL security that is being attached to your website. Let me show you exactly what I mean. As you can see, a website that has just HTTP protocol shows you that it is not secure. It is not secure. So if you mistakenly put in your files or data into such websites, hackers can actually manipulate such data. So for your own safety and security, it is always advised that when you are buying a web domain and you are buying a hosting package, always attach an SSL certificate to it, so it can actually strengthen your website and make it more secure. Like you can see, let's take for you've seen a lot of websites that when you go there, you see it's HTTP without HTTPS. So that HTTPS, the S there, is that additional security that has been added to it, like the police that's been added to actually move a bullion van that is transporting money. So that is what the protocol means for a web design or for websites. You have to attach an SSL certificate. You can actually do this when you are buying your domain name and you're buying the hosting package. Okay, we will do that in the second part, in the next subsequent part of this video. We'll show you how you can actually purchase a web domain and also purchase the hosting package for that website. Okay. Then the next thing I want to tell you or show you is the domain names used. Of course, there are many kinds of types of domain. Many types of domain. You have the .biz, the .edu, the .net, .info, the .gov, the .org. But we have about 5 most important or commonly used web domains today. And I'm going to explain to you how these web domains work. How do these web domains work? First of all, the .com domain. First of all, what you need to know as a web designer, which is very important, is how to identify these domain names or the domains, the type of domain you have to use. Because when you meet a client and your client wants a website, you first of all ask the client, what type of website do you want? So for this particular one, we will be highlighting a few most used web domains. The first one is the .com domain name, and of course you have seen a lot of the .com domain name. The .com domain name is for the commercial business, and it is the most commonly used domain name. The .org domain name is for organizations. Let's take for instance all the religious entities or should I say organizations we have make use of .org domain name. I've actually come across a website that was built with, instead of the person using .edu, which is for educational purpose, the web designer made use of .com, which is for commercial. So as a web designer, for you to be a professional web designer, making a website that someone else will come and be like, oh, who made this website? Stuff like that. You have to know these basic things and when to use them. So the .org domain name is for organizations, typically non-profit organizations. Okay, any organization that is a profit-oriented organization, that one is not suitable for the .org. So the .gov domain name is used for governmental agencies, and it is only restricted to governmental agencies. Okay, only the government can actually use this. If you try to use this as an individual, you have to provide necessary information that you are of government agency. So the .edu domain name, like I already said, is for educational purposes, like schools, universities, and you've seen a lot of them. They make use of the .edu, and also the .net. The .net is for network organizations. So guys, like I already said, I will be showing you how to actually put this little knowledge you've had into practice. How you can actually make at least $500 selling, at least $10 selling domain name, just domain name. Remember I said you making at least $500 working as a freelancer. Let me introduce you to that freelancing website. That freelancing website is known as Fiverr. Let's go to Fiverr. It's known as Fiverr.com. Let me show you what exactly people do with this domain name. People just stay out there and suggest domain name and make money. Let me show you. Okay, we are on Fiverr. On Fiverr is a place where you can actually work as a web designer, offering your freelancing services. You can find the perfect freelance services for your business. So this is where you come and register your gig. You register your gig as a web designer and start making money. But let me show you one gig that can make you money as I speak. I mean, as you're watching this video, immediately after this video, try and set up this gig. Let me show you. Do you know that people actually make money selling just domain name? Let me show you. Let me bust your bubble. Alright, I'm on Fiverr. So let me show you something. Okay, let me show you this piece of cake. See here, this one person said, I will create magnetic brand name with trademark
and domain name check. For how much? $80. Have you seen the price? $80. This other person said, I will develop brand name, product name, domain name, and slogan for how much? $90. This one other said, this other person, see how much he has got, and he has got 4.9 rating with how many reviews? At least 143 reviews. So at least 143 persons have paid this guy to just do what? Brainstorm domain names for them. What these people actually do is quite simple. All they just do is, okay, they set up their gig and tell you that they will actually brainstorm domain name for you. And there is one tool they actually use to do this, which is what I want to show you now. Okay, so assuming you are already doing this, set up your gig on Fiverr, you should be making this minimum of $80 per client by just brainstorming domain name for people. Let me show you where exactly they can do this. Assuming you set up your gig and you have a client that needs a domain name, all you just have to do is head straight to business name generator, businessnamegenerator.com. Okay, over at businessnamegenerator.com, you just ask the person what brand or what type of business do you want to do. Is it a clothing business or whatever? Once the person gives you what he or she wants to do, you just come here and impute that. Let me assume I got a client that wants a clothing brand. Let me just search clothing. Okay, let me search the clothing, and you will see that business name generator will generate series of names. Okay, series of names that I can use for my business name. So you can see here, this one has clothing stitch, clothing news, many names you can actually make use of. So guys, what exactly do these guys do? This is what they actually do. They just come here. Once you drop your should I say the category of your business to them, they will just do things like this and pick at least 5 domain names, just pick like five, then attach that person's brand name to it, send it to them. For sure you are getting this $8 straight into your account. So I promise that I'm going to show you all the secrets, everything you need to know about web design. So by then, before you end this training, you must have made at least $500 working as a freelancer. We've not even started talking about web design, the proper web design. So when you start offering these services, imagine how much you make. When I say that for web design, you charge your clients heavily. You don't charge your client small, so you charge your client very well. So can you imagine, just for domain name, let's say I'll create a magnetic brand name with trademark and domain check. That's all. What is there just to pick up this domain? Go to where you can buy your domain and impute this with your brand name, and that's all. You have gotten a web domain. Another business I want to show you as a web designer that you can make tons of money from is called domain name stacking. Okay, this will blow your mind. Domain stacking. Okay, let me tell you what domain stacking is. Domain stacking is just like if you should be familiar with real estate business. This is the same thing as real estate business. Okay, domain name stacking is what people actually do to become millionaires today. I'll show you someone that has become a millionaire or a billionaire today from domain name stacking. All they just do is get to the where to purchase domain, buy domain, and keep it for a period of time and resell it at a higher price. So this is what domain name is. And one person, let me show you one person who actually made money of domain name stacking. Let me show you guys how much. Let me show you how much the Facebook Facebook. How much did Facebook buy FB.com? Of course, there was a man who actually bought FB.com. He knew that when Facebook Mark bought Facebook.com, he went quickly to buy FB.com. He kept FB.com up to 2005 when there was a need for Mark Zuckerberg to get another domain name. Of course, you know that Facebook has two domain names, Facebook.com and FB.com. So now let me show you how much this guy made from selling FB.com to Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, can you see here? Facebook, the leading social networking site, paid 8.5 million to buy FB.com. That is 42 times more than the company originally paid for Facebook.com. Let me open it up so you can actually see everything I mean. So this is one of the business that you can actually. This is one of the most selling business out there, domain name stacking. So this person actually saw that Mark Zuckerberg bought Facebook.com. He went straight to buy FB.com. So when there was need for FB.com, Mark Zuckerberg had to pay a whooping $8.5 million just for FB.com. How much did he buy it? Of course, it's not even up to maybe say 15,000 as at then 2005 or so. So you can see. Let me show you. On November 15, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg revealed that Facebook had acquired FB.com from the American Farm Bureau Federation to use as the domain for internal email addresses. Now that the Facebook messages were passed on Facebook.com, but what he didn't reveal at that time, the acquisition price. Today, Reuters is reporting that FB.com domain acquisition, which moved the 6 million member Farm Bureau over to FB.com, cost how much? Cost Facebook $8.5 million, guys. So I have been able to show you two ways. I said I will be showing you many ways of how you can actually make money as a web designer. So with this knowledge I've given to you, you can go on to set your gig on Fiverr and probably start selling domain names to people, and for sure you start making money even without knowing much about web design at this level. So like I promised that I will take you step by step through this process until the top. Okay, so I am so happy, I'm so excited that you have understood the basic terminologies that are being used in web design. Of course, we started with a website. I explained what a website is as a collection of web pages identified by a common domain name and published on a web server. I also explained what a domain name is, like the address to your website, and the server, which is the hosting, that plot of land which you actually build your house. That your house is now your website. So that plot of land which your house is being planted on is that web server. I also went on to explain how this works in line with the shelves, your web files and the rest of them. Okay, we also explained the uniform resource locator. We explained the uniform resource locator, the protocols. We explained the protocols, the differences between the web domain name and the web hosting, and we also explain these protocols as the means by which your web files are being transferred or transmitted. Okay, and we showed you that you need an SSL certificate or connection to actually make your website secure. So the last part was to show you the different types of web domain and the web types of domain and the most common ones. So on this last part, just for you to show me that you actually understand what we have done, this little assignment you'll be doing
So the first assignment, the first question is, what is a domain name? Of course, I've actually explained that. And secondly, what is a server? What is a server? What is the full meaning of www? Explain the relationship between a domain name and a server. I want you to tell me how a domain name connects with its server. And lastly, explain to your best of understanding the term uniform resource locator. Of course, I have actually explained that in this video. If you did not understand that, go back and watch it. So in the subsequent video, I'll be showing you where you can actually purchase your web name, domain name, and hosting package. So I have also showed you how given you an email where you can actually submit your assignment in the class rather. So submit your assignments. Remember, the best students, the overall best students, will be going home with a brand new laptop. Of course, so never forget that. Even if that's not your goal is also to become a professional web designer. So ensure you do all your assignments. Do not miss any part of the videos we're dropping, because they actually contribute little by little to help you become a professional web designer. I'm so excited. I'm so glad that you have understood all these terminologies I've brought to you. See you all in the next part of our training.